Hi, this is Joan Janis, the communication specialist. Last night, I was in downtown Denver for the Mile High TED Talks, TEDx, and I wanted to give you the highlights as I observe them. This is especially for my clients, so that if you watch these videos, you can see how to improve your own speaking. TEDx did a fabulous job last night of giving a mixed bag, all interesting ideas, some speakers better than others, but we ended on a high note. I want to give kudos to Fernback, who was the first speaker, and he did talk about how we don't know as much as we think we do. And he gave us some really interesting facts and statistics, and he also had quite a bit of humor too, so he was a great person to start out with. The next person we heard from was Chip Colwell, who's the senior curator of anthropology at the Denver Museum, and he presented the interesting question to us, which is a trending topic in the museum world. Should we return the artifacts that we found to where they were found and to the people who rightfully owned them at one time, or should we basically share them with the world and keep them in the museum? Interesting question. We also went on to hear from Britney Daris, who you may have heard. She's quite well known in the country. She's a teacher, and her story is that she prevented a student suicide. After one student had killed themselves, she was on alert, and she prevented a suicide by writing a note appreciating a student. And then from there, she extrapolated the brilliance of writing a note and just being kind to someone, just acknowledging her students. So now she has a practice of writing a note to every student, a handwritten note. And it seemed like, to me, shouldn't every teacher be doing this? But we've taken a simple act and elevated it to heroism. And I don't know about that. She was a good speaker. Her message is really, really timely, that we all need to be kinder to one another. Madison Kroll gave us a talk about a very trending topic of fat shaming. The one thing that she gave us, I would say, was a lot of information about how particularly fat shaming is an under-the-radar prejudice of ours. That we have racism, we have gay rights, and these have made better strides, but that people who are fat have not made strides in the prejudice against them. The issue that I had with her talk, and when you watch this, you'll notice it too, neither in her introduction or in anything did she establish why she would talk about this. She stood up and said, I'm a thin woman and I have experienced thin privilege. So why are you talking about this? I could have listened to her much more if she herself was overweight or told a story of what connected her or who connected her. In the program it says she's an equal rights champion. Well, so am I, but I don't feel like I have the right to stand up and talk about that with great credibility. They closed out the night with Kino, Akeno, a slam poet and movement artist. Watch that video. He connected with the audience from the moment he stepped on the stage until the very end. He never once drew back from us emotionally, and he shared a story that was so universal to us. He came from Guam, a tiny island, and he was a tiny boy. He's still not a huge man, and he always felt small. Now he's changed, he sees the world differently, and he points out to us that all of us started out small and seeing ourselves less than powerful. His message resonated with all of us. I'm headed downtown right now to go to the next round of the TED Talks. I'll let you know how they are. Thanks for listening.